Hello YouTube, I'm back with another video, as you can see. The main reason for this video is because I just wanted to show you this new cool gadget thing that I've got. So the sketch that I film myself doing with it isn't the best thing I've ever done, but I was just too excited when I got home and I got this new way to film. So before, I was using this tripod thing here, which I kind of lean over the table like that, and it kind of points face down, and I was using, I am still using it, but I was using this Canon G7X, but I found this cool gadget in a shop down the road, and I thought it's just going to be great for actually sketching out on location. And it's actually so much easier to film on my phone, because I can just, at the touch of a button, sort of send the files to my computer. Just so much easier. And yeah, as you can see, it's got this ring light that you can angle it any way. And from this remote here, you can change the different colours of the ring light. So it's kind of, oh, that's off, obviously. And it kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of turns different shades. You can change the intensity and stuff, and then it's got this, it's powered just by USB, so you can plug it straight into an external battery pack like this. So again, it's going to be perfect mobile setup, and it can just clip onto anything, and I can film anywhere, so I'm super excited about that. So yeah, so again, while the sketch probably isn't the best thing I've ever done, I got a bit too excited and I wanted to film something, so I'm going to share it with you anyway. So I hope you enjoy it. So at the moment here in South Africa, the lockdown is still pretty strict. In fact, in some regards, we've gone a little bit backwards, such as the alcohol ban. Don't mention that. So yeah, so at the moment it's kind of tricky to loiter anywhere outside and sketch, and especially film it as well. So that's why at the moment, a lot of the sketches I'm doing are just sort of from photos. There is a video that I have of me sketching the living room, which I'm not sure if you've seen yet, but I'll put it in the top right corner there, link to it. But now I've got my sort of more mobile filming setup, I'm hoping to kind of find a few places that are, you know, kind of a bit more closed in, somewhere that you can eat and drink, for example, and just kind of hang out. But also with like a nice view to sketch. So I'm hoping to kind of scout some locations soon. I'm not actually from around here, so but it'll be a bit of an adventure trying to find somewhere cool to sketch. So this sketch is of a Buddhist temple called Nan Hua Temple. It's actually the largest Buddhist temple in the whole of Africa. So it's based about 1 hour drive from where we are in Johannesburg, in a place called Bronkhorstspruit. I do not know if I've said that correct. Bronkhorstspruit. So it's just absolutely beautiful place. This bit that I'm sketching right now is just the entrance gate. An interesting fact though about this place, that actually when I was sort of looking it up a bit more, is that in 2002 a bomb was actually placed by like a far right extremist group in the basement, but luckily it kind of went off prematurely and it actually only very minorly injured a couple of people. So I think there was quite a lot of people from all over the world upstairs in a ceremony or some kind of meditation or something, so it could have been really, really bad. So I found that quite interesting whilst I was doing a little bit of reading about this place. It's super serene, it's such a lovely, lovely atmosphere, and you can just kind of enter freely and just wander around. So if you're in and around the Johannesburg area, I highly recommend you visit, although probably not right now because of the pandemic and the lockdown and stuff. But when you get a chance, highly recommend it. So here you can see that I'm just, well, obviously this is in time lapse, but I was just trying to do this as quickly as possible. So I did a very basic pencil sketch, which is always how I start off, just in pencil, just getting like the bigger shapes down. I really didn't pay too much attention to getting the proportions right. I kind of wish I'd sketched it a little bit smaller, because I don't feel like I managed to fit everything on the page very well. But also I'm kind of finding this kind of A5 size moleskin is becoming a little bit too small. I want something a little bit larger to sketch in. So I have actually recently got an A4 pad, watercolor pad, so I've got a bit more space to draw in. I'm not very good at like shrinking things down to try and fit in the page. So, but also, I was just trying to do this quickly, A, because I did just want to test out my sort of new filming equipment, but B, because if I'm sketching out on location, generally I either don't have much time, or I just want to capture something like reasonably quickly. Don't want to be too precise about it. So I guess that's what I was going for here. Just a quick sketch, really. So I did my basic pencil sketch, and then I went back in with my fountain pen and just kind of did the more intricate kind of bits on the roofs and the some basic patterns and stuff. I have definitely simplified what I saw, as you can imagine. Well, I'll put the photograph of the place up in the top corner, but as you can see slash imagine, these kind of temples are extremely ornate, so it would just be really difficult to capture everything completely accurately. So you have to learn to like simplify what you see, the same as you might have seen in some of my other videos of sketching Big Ben or Westminster Abbey. Those are kind of old Gothic style architecture, with just so many kind of complicated bits on. So it's like quite a useful skill to be able to simplify what you see and represent the kind of complicated patterns just by using basic shapes. So yeah, I'm just going in with my watercolors. In the picture there's like a big kind of palm tree thing right in the middle of the road, like in the background. So I did try to put that in, but it just looked really crap. So later on, I think I go back over it and just try and cover it up a bit, to make it look a bit better, because it quite frankly looks like a 5-year-old has done it right now. So, but that's the more the more you sketch, the more you make mistakes, the more you learn to hide them or not make them in the first place, and you get to know what works. So I was kind of like not loving the sketch, to be honest, right up until the end, when it's kind of started coming together. But as my boyfriend will confirm this, I say this every single time I do a sketch. I'm like, oh no, it's rubbish, and then right at the end it'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I kind of got it together. So it's actually when I start to put these sort of shadows in, that things sort of start to look a bit better. Although I feel like I possibly used the wrong colours, because I used, what colour is it now? The English red and the ultramarine together, and the English red is quite like opaque. So I do feel that almost kind of covered the rest of the painting up a little bit too much, but I think it came out all right. Just I had to go over a few bits afterwards. But yeah, that certainly is the point in the sketch that makes things pop, is when you start like adding in some shadows and kind of almost not being afraid to just kind of grab your brush and like paint over what you've done in terms of where the shadows sit. You kind of have to be brave and be like, yep, right, now I'm going to paint a really dark color over everything I've just done, because that's obviously where the shadows are. So, and now I'm just using like a white gel pen, which I think quite a few other urban sketchers do, just to kind of make a few bits pop. So yeah, I find this is like the really fun bit, especially adding some splatters as well, which I think you just saw me do. Is adding the shadows and the lights and stuff, and that kind of really starts to tie things together. So I'm just going ahead and just darkening a bit more the undersides of the roofs, because those bits were really dark in the photo. And then just darkening some lines with my fountain pen again. So this really helps, again, for the sketch to pop, is when you can go back in and add thicker lines to certain areas where the shadows are and stuff. I have a whole blog post about how to make your sketch look a bit less flat and a bit more dynamic, and one of the points there is about line weight and where to add thicker lines and stuff like that. So if you check the description below, I'll link to that post. So right now I'm adding in just the text of where this sketch is, but I'd actually at this stage forgotten to draw in the gates, so I was a bit keen there. But I found actually just this very simple bit of adding in these gates at the end, like, I don't know, it just made the sketch just seem so much better to me, because I wasn't loving it before. So anyway, that is the sketch, and that is my new video setup. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got loads more videos like this, and I've got some on location videos coming soon.